Good morning. So here for Tuesday, we are continuing on with geometry. And now that we've learned a little bit about points, lines, rays, planes, and line segments, we're going to try and understand the best we can what different kinds of lines are, in which directions they're going. In this case, parallel lines, intersecting lines, and angles. So this should be quite easy, but I want you to check out these helpful hints. So parallel lines are lines that go in the same direction. So two lines that go in the same direction that are exactly straight and will never ever meet. So that means these lines could go on forever and never touch. That's what parallel means. Intersecting lines are lines that do cross over one another in any direction. Perpendicular lines are lines that cross each other in perfect 90-degree angles, like a perfect cross, for example. So, not just any direction, but perfectly in the middle. And then an angle are when the points meet at a vertex. So, a vertex is the line in the middle where two other rays come off of. So we have some symbols here. So anytime you are writing an angle, you would write this symbol and name it. So if you have 3 points, like for example, this one says D, A, and C, you would name this angle DAC, just like it says right here. You can also call it line CAD because you can go backwards, just like we did yesterday. Or sometimes you can just call the angle by the vertex, which is the middle point. So you could also call it angle A. But for these purposes for today, name your angles by the 3 points. So here we have our figure, and just to give you one more hint, anytime you see these little squares like here and here, that means that this is a 90-degree angle, which means these lines are perfectly perpendicular. And we'll learn a little bit more about angles later. So notice how we have an intersecting line over here. Line CI is intersecting with line AG and line DK. But these line AG are perpendicular to line EJ because they're going perfectly in a cross. And please feel free to go back and rewatch to understand if it is going a little bit too fast for you. So these first samples, we can do them together. Name 2 parallel lines. Remember, parallel lines are lines that go in the same direction but will never touch. Here we have a line and a line here that will never touch, and they're going in the same direction. So remember that our symbol for line is a tiny little line with 2 arrows. So we would say line DK and line EJ are parallel. Now let's find perpendicular. Remember, perpendicular cross over each other perfectly at a 90-degree angle like a cross. And we have 2 perpendicular pairs, but we only need to name 2 lines. So we have one crossing over here and one crossing here. I'm going to choose the bottom one, but you could choose any perpendicular lines you find. So here we have line EJ is perpendicular to line AG. They go perfectly in a cross, meeting at a 90-degree angle. So I will write line EJ and line AG. And you'll be looking for different points, lines, and angles here, like intersecting lines. Remember, intersecting lines just cross over each other. Angles are any 3 points that meet at a vertex, a middle point. So there are a lot of angles in this figure. Remember to name them by their 3 letters and use this little symbol. We'll be learning a little bit more about angles tomorrow as well, So feel free to go forward if needed, or wait till we have our angle lesson, or let me know if you need a mini session, whatever it takes to understand these geometry skills. And here for spelling, we are starting on list 21. Notice that we don't have language workbook because of MAPS testing, but you will have some review worksheets. So here for spelling, as usual, I'm going to say our pattern, content, and vocabulary words. So our pattern words, we have artist, article, weary, parrot, cherish, sincere, irritable, wearing, prepare, guardian, harmony, apparent. For content words, we have nestling, migrate, plumage, feathers, preening, songbirds, lightweight, and then aviary, aviation, performance, and performed. So we're continuing with our R controlled vowels just like last week. So you're categorizing them by their AR sounds, sometimes ER sounds. So for example, this symbol means R. So all the words that are spelled and sound like they have an R sound go in 1 to 4. An ear sound, that is an ear sound, that symbol, would go in 5 through 7. And then an air sound for 8 to 12. And of course, you will categorize your content words as usual with the letter hints.